It feels like forever ago that we talked about the soundtrack to Hollow Knight by Christopher Larkin, but I'm sure for those of you who play the game, it feels like even longer since the release of Hollow Knight to the recent release of Hollow Knight's Silksong. So today, I wanted to take a listen to some of the soundtrack because you guys have been telling me about it, I've been hearing about it, and I thought it would be time for us to give it a listen. Ooh. Okay. There's so many cool things happening through here already. We hear this like ostinato going on in the strings, and one thing I love about things like that is when we have something, this is just a C minor triad, right? And when we have a C minor triad, the notes of C minor, of this chord, are applicable to so many other chords that we might use, and I'll give you an example. So if we have this chord, C minor, well, we have the root, we have the minor third, we have the fifth. But if we change the root, let's go to a sound that we hear in here. We drop it down to the chord built on the flat 6, A flat major. And if we keep that exact same chord in the top, well, the notes all still apply, they've just changed their function. And what I mean by that is, now in A flat major, this E flat, which was the minor third of C minor, is now the fifth of A flat major. C, which was the root of C minor, is now the third of A flat major. And this is the cool note in this case. G was the fifth of C minor, and now it's the major seventh of A flat major. It's a beautiful sound. But if we just keep this string ostinato going, we can start on C minor, and then we can change our root note. And this continues, right? We can keep doing this. We can go down to the chord built on the 4 of F. This even works too, right? You can go to the 5. Because now, yes, okay, there's some notes that the function definitely changes. We have the root of the 5 chord. We have, this is like the 4th, which is the only one that's like, it doesn't necessarily fit into the chord, but it's one of those things where it's like, who cares, because we're just passing over it. This note, on the other hand, creates a really cool, that right there is the flat 13. So that note has a really great pull back to the 1. So we're hearing all kinds of really cool things in here using that ostinato going on in the strings, where the notes are applicable to basically all the chords we're going to use. Let's look at what chords we did use. Here's the ostinato. C minor is the chord here. Now, A flat major, this is really cool. B flat major, keeping that ostinato going, sounds really nice. Because all those notes, we're kind of using like B flat mixolydian there. How do we know that it's an A flat? Because we just came off of if we go from A flat major to B flat, it's unlikely that we're going to all of a sudden use that A. It just wouldn't really work. It doesn't really work in this palette. So we can reasonably assume that that's definitely an A flat. And then, oh, I love this chord. Oh, those two chords right there are really great. So yeah, so we've gone C minor, and then eventually we went to A flat major, and then we went to B flat major, and then this chord is so sick. F minor 7, but we immediately get right to the 5 chord, right to that G major chord. Yeah, back to the C minor. Huh. That sounds familiar. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So let me give you just a general idea of, we're going to get back to that little note in a second, but the general idea of this whole thing is that we're dealing in C minor, C natural minor in this case, because we're using the A flat. But watch what happens when we move this bass note around, but we keep the exact same note bank. In C, it is C natural minor, or if we're going to use its mode name, that would be C Aeolian. That's going to be important because as we start to move around, these are the exact same notes as we just played, but we're now starting on B flat instead of starting on C. And when we do that, now it's B flat mixolydian. When we move to A flat, it becomes A flat Lydian. When we move to F minor, it becomes F Dorian. This is the only one that's different because we're going to use that B natural. It's like Phrygian sharp 2. Anyways, so we can keep the exact same bank of notes with the exception of the G major chord, and all we're doing is we're just changing what the mode that we're using technically is as we move the bass note around. But it's all the same notes, and that's what's so brilliant about it. Oof. I love that instrument. I mean, is that a dulcimer? It kind of sounds like a dulcimer. Again. Am I hearing? Okay, hold on. I don't know if I'm hearing things or if there's really something to this. Oh, this is so beautiful. We're doing the same thing here, by the way. We're now in G minor as our home bass. It's amazing to me how much mileage we can get out of something as simple as G minor to F. Really, this is like F major, but we can kind of just keep playing the same thing on top and it works perfectly fine. To E flat major 7. Because the orchestration is so beautiful, the layering, all the different instruments, all the different parts going on. You can literally just like sit here on these chords and you can just get this super in-depth emotional experience out of it. And it's just a testament to, like, when you know how to arrange, when you know how to orchestrate, like Christopher Larkin clearly does, you can wind up with just some incredible things. I'm really thinking, okay, if I hear any more of this clue that I'm kind of thinking of, we're gonna dive into it. Okay, all right, that's it. We're doing it. I keep hearing the dies irae, and I wonder if it's intentional. And I mean, like, look how little of this soundtrack in comparison to what's actually available here that we've listened to, and I've now heard it 3 separate times. Everything I've clicked on so far, I've heard the Dies Irae. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I just did like a little tiny bit of research, and this is a thing. But it's so cool. So the Dies Irae is this. It's basically those like 4 notes, and it's all over the place. Oh, you know where I'm thinking of? Literally the opening. The Shining, right? So, I mean, it's there. There it is again. I mean, there's so many examples of the Dies Irae. It comes from a Gregorian chant. Yeah, so you can hear it right at the beginning, and it's basically a funeral song. Okay, that makes a ton of sense, and that's super cool. But like, aside from the whole Dies Irae thing, like, let's just listen to how beautiful this is. A minor here. Wow, okay, so the whole time we've kind of been just been an A minor, maybe a little hint of the E, but then we go to F major, and I thought it was just gonna sit there, but no, we immediately start moving. C major 7, wow. Just beautiful, wow. I don't know why, this is reminding me of John Williams' Home Alone soundtrack for some reason. What a gorgeous soundtrack. Is that part of it? You just like play the game to listen to the music? That's absolutely beautiful. Oh man, we could just sit and go through this whole thing and probably find just tons and tons of super rich harmonic stuff going on here. No surprise given how incredible the original soundtrack was for Hollow Knight. I definitely want to check out more of this. Is that something that you might be interested in doing here on the channel? Then let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know what else I should check out. Congrats to Christopher Larkin on such an incredible soundtrack. This is just amazing. Thank you for the recommendation. As always, I love checking out new stuff like this. And thanks for checking out this episode of the Month of Music. We will see you back here tomorrow.